Hi everybody, this is Crystal Antoniadi, back with you today again to talk about how to improve on our listening skills. Right, listening is a little bit different from hearing, as I'm sure you know. Listening is when we listen in order to pick out information, in order to understand something. And what's more, in an exam, um, you are also required to listen, understand, and retain information. That's where it becomes a little bit more challenging. Now, how do you go about improving on that? Throughout the year, as a student, a good idea is to listen without reading the questions, without reading the text. Just listen to any written text. Usually the reading texts in your course book will have sort of like listen and read little icon. Listen to that without reading in your book. At the end of the passage or after the first paragraph, you can stop and ask yourself, what have I understood? Then you read it, confirm that you have understood. Okay, so practice doing listening exercises without looking in your book at the questions. In other words, what might it be about, etc. Now, this takes a lot of practice, and initially it's a bit scary. I mean, when I first did this to a class, I said, okay, turn your books over, don't look, and just listen, and then turn over your books and answer the questions. Initially, everybody was, no, miss, this can't be done. And guess what? They did better than any other time. Right. Why does that happen? Have you ever noticed that a blind person usually has his other senses more developed? Why does that happen? Well, if you have a cake and you cut it into 5 pieces, the pieces are going to be smaller than if you have a cake and you cut it into 4 pieces. It's the same thing. So there's more focus on all the other senses. And listening is one of them. So what if you cut out the sight, okay, the sight sense, so you don't look at anything, and you just focus on what you hear. You can look at your question paper, but not the wording. Just focus your eyes onto a white spot, or even better, close your eyes completely. Okay, allow the voice and your brain to merge and become one. Okay, if you have your eyes open, okay, during a listening exam or exercise, and somebody in the class scratches his head, or a fly goes and sits somewhere, or you hear a bird tweeting outside, that just totally messes up some people, totally and completely. So there's no need to spread your senses around. Just focus on the audio. That's it. A good idea is, before you before you start listening, read the questions, okay, highlight the keywords, the important words, I say, and so that you only have those to think about, okay. They actually get into your subconscious, even if you think, oh, who's going to remember all those words? Still, they do. They stay with you. You don't realize it, but they do. So your brain is already looking out for that information. So that's about it. Oh, and something else. Let's say in the exam you just miss out because you found an unknown word, or okay, something happened and you did miss out on 1 or 2 questions. Okay, it's okay. Don't freak out. Rather lose those 2 or 1 or even 3, okay, worst case scenario, and do well with the rest. We never ever ever give up. Think of yourself as running a 100-meter race, okay, and you're not so, it's not one of your best days, you've had better days, and you see everybody passing you by and you know you're going to come last. What do? Stop, okay, and give up? That's weakness. We never do that. Rather finish the race and have a different time, okay, a worse time than you expected, instead of just giving up completely. Okay, people will respect you for carrying on, but nobody's going to respect you, and you definitely don't want anybody to feel sorry for you if you give up. So, my dear friends, for those getting ready for an exam, I wish you the best of luck. If you find this video useful and you feel there's somebody out there who's going to need it, don't forget, like, share and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you again next week with something different. So I wish you good luck and have a fantastic afternoon. Cheers. Goodbye, everybody.